based services. Well, Uber was one of the companies looking to make a bid for Nokia's mapping business. The ride-sharing company is now worth $51 billion. It took Uber 5 years to achieve this mark, beating Facebook by 2 years. Mike, how impressive of a feat is this for Uber? Do you use Uber?
I do use Uber. It's great because I travel for business all the time, so it's nice when you go to different cities and
I mean, we all kind of just hope it stays around and that these cities, don't push them out.
Well, and that's the interesting / crazy part about this $51 billion valuation. It's, it's basically an arbitrage on the local taxi and limousine commissions and, the licenses they hand out. And the question is, will they be able to sustain and protect this spot in the
Maybe Joe has the answer. Can they sustain this?
Well, they've sustained it so far in New York City, right? That was the biggest battle yet that Uber's had to face. They were fighting the city and trying to fight that cap that was put on the number of drivers. And they were able to do it through a lot of political lobbying, a lot of using their customer base to say, this is what we want. But it's actually a temporary lift, right? So there's a lot of other issues here that will come to play again this fall. But the fact that Uber could take on New York City and actually win for the time being is a good indicator across the board, at least here in the U.S. Of course, internationally, there's even more issues,
yeah,
right?
Of course. I mean, in taxi in Paris alone, there are something like 12 different taxi unions. So when you think about that, Uber has to be ready for a fight. To me, though, this purchase was all about self-driving cars, right? Hey, we are one step closer. It's Uber versus Google. We know that Apple's working with BMW. I mean, that's where everybody's aiming for the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, that really is the future. In fact, I was just in Pittsburgh, and the talk among the Uber drivers there was this new recruitment of these researchers at Carnegie Mellon University, and there was that big controversy where Uber was partnering with CMU, and then they poached all of their researchers.
Yeah, they basically came in and bought like all the engineering students right out of Pittsburgh, right?
And how can you refuse Uber equity? Really, that's what it's all about, right? And that's the future of making millions of dollars.
All right, thanks, Joe, and we'll see you back here in just a bit. First.